Hello everyone, it is Wizaldo or Wesley, and today I'm going to be playing what I think is one of the most slept on decks of the current meta. Now, if you like videos like this and you want to see tutorials, improvement guides, road to national videos, please subscribe. And if you want to leave any feedback or boost the video, leave a comment and like. I am a small YouTuber and I've been seeing some amazing growth lately, so I want to keep that going. I'm going to be playing Foxy today. Now, not a lot of people know what Foxy does. When he attacks, you can return 3 Don to the Don deck, and if you have 3 or more Foxy Pirate characters in play, you can choose a leader and a character, and in the next refresh phase for your opponent, they will not become active. So you obviously have to run a ton of Foxy Pirate characters in order to get that 3 characters on the field, but you also have to return 3 Don, so it is really important to have some Don returning effects. I'm going to run through the deck list that I'm going to be playing today, and then I will add in a little more details afterwards. 4 Gina, the 2K counter, 4 Chopper that returns Don, 3 of the 2K Foxy, 4 Itomizu, 4 Pickles, 4 Porsche, 3 Usohachi, 4 Bonplay, 2 Crocodile, 4 Foxy, 2 Sanji, 3 Katakuri, 4 Noro Beam Sword, 3 Megadon Ninetail Rush, and 2 Godthread. Now, just to highlight the game plan, you're going to want to be playing out your Itomizu, your Pickles, and your Porsche from your hand as soon as possible. Ramp to 10 Don using your Mr. 2, Itomizu, and Godthread, and then slam down your Foxies as much as possible. You can have 3 Foxies on the board, and that will count as your 3 characters. And that will give you 3 Don every turn. And you're going to also want to play your Katakuris, just because they give you a Don at the end of the turn, and they're an incredibly strong blocker. And your Crocodiles will give you a 2K counter every turn. So if you're going to end the game, you're going to want to use your Mega Don Ninetails Rush, kind of similar to how Zoro will do it, where you can swing and just obliterate your opponent. You can also use this if you have a ton of Don retrieval or returning a lot of Don on your field. So if you have like 3 Foxy and 2 Katakuri, you can use this and you'll only go down 1 Don. You have a really good defensive option in Noro Beam Sword because it lets you rest an opponent's character. Say your opponent's trying to kind of outplay you by not resting one of their stronger characters on a certain turn. If they still swing at you, you can use this to rest that character. So it is a pretty control-heavy deck. You're going to be wanting to swing into your opponent's characters when you can and slowly chip down their leader. Keep their board small and prioritize the biggest threats on the board for using your leader ability. I think that's a pretty good guide overall on how to use this deck, but I'm going to hop into a game and explain a little more as I'm playing for how to play the deck. Alright, we are into a black-yellow Luffy. I probably want to go first in this matchup. Yep, and I get that first. I have a Porsche and an Itomizu and a Chopper in hand, so I am going to keep this. I just pass first. Every time you just pass first, unfortunately. I would love to see some more Foxy support to come out, but at the same time, buffing up Foxy could be really problematic. I mean, the deck is like, it's not super strong at the moment, but it feels halfway decent to play. And some support to fill up some of the slots that you don't really use in the deck for Foxy Pirates would feel really strong. Alright, I don't have a Foxy yet, so I take the Foxy. And I'm thinking I'll play the Chopper because next turn I'll be able to play the Itomizu. And generally I'd want to like maximize the value I get for the Don here, but Itomizu can ramp no matter what, while Chopper only can ramp when I'm behind or equal in Don, so I play the Chopper. And I'll swing. No card action. Never use it before 10. 10 or 8, it really depends on where you're at in the game. So next turn I'll ramp to 6 Don, and the turn after I'll ramp to 8. Or I'll ramp to 6 and then I'll go to 8, and then that turn I'll be able to ramp to 10. So I will plan on using my leader effect in 2 turns, as long as my board doesn't get cleared. So fun fact about Black Yellow Luffy, it is the first deck that I ever got like genuinely stomped by. So I tried to build it, and at the time, the cards in it were pretty expensive because it was one of the top 3 decks. So I didn't get to build it until Gecko Moira was like banned a month later. So I was pretty disappointed then. I am really excited for PRB2 to come out and hopefully for it to be able to be played again. Just because it is a pretty fun deck. It feels really strong. I take this. I need the cards in hand. I don't want it to be super strong because the meta where it was super strong wasn't that fun. And I'm going to assume it's going to clear, yeah, my Porsche. Playing ace. Interesting. I'll ramp. And just go 7 life. So I want the opponent to be at 1 life because then I can set up lethal potentially. I'm not in a place where I'd be setting up lethal, but leaving the opponent at 1 life is good. It is a little awkward though because the opponent probably has ways to take that 1 life, though the lists I've seen on Black Yellow Luffy recently don't really allow for that as much as the old deck lists did. Ooh, that is rough. I am glad that he didn't clear my Itamizu. Probably should have swung first. I'm playing into a yellow leader, so swinging before taking life just makes more sense. I believe I do counter this. The opponent is going to run those Sabos, so I want to keep this in hand. And it doesn't feel great using a 2K here, but can't really do much else. Yep. That's a little rough just because I won't be able to KO the ace with anything. Play the Foxy and go to 10, and I think I just pass here. I don't want to send the opponent down to 0 life because then they can use their activate main, but the opponent honestly might have a way to get down to 0 life this turn anyways, so we'll see. Yeah, they run the Sabo. I do not see the Sabo being ran too often in this, so it's a little unexpected. Maybe I'm just not seeing all the deck lists that people play, but that's a bit unfortunate. I think next turn I play the Sanji, if I can find space for another Foxy Pirate. I do have a lot of slow beams in hand, so I probably want to think about using one. I guess we're gonna get the Luffy and Sabo, yeah. Take this. I need the stuff for playing. That is perfect. So now I have the full board for clearing. I'll go 6 life. And just freezing leader here is fine. I'm not going to freeze anything else. The opponent probably doesn't take this. They do. That's really interesting. And then I'm just going to ramp. Maybe they want to free up that Luffy. I'm not going to swing into it just because they can clear my Itamizu. So for now I just pass. Because they took, I can... Interesting. Putting that Luffy back to 6. I do have 2Ks in hand, so I'm going to counter here. Maybe I should have Noro'd so I could rest, or keep the Sabo rested. I'm going to heal. We get 2, yeah, we get the baby. Get both babies, interesting. Now, does the opponent use... Nah, yeah, they're not going to use their Sabos on play. Alright, that is a great thing to see. Some more stuff to just slow down the opponent. This turn, I want to keep the 2 up again, just to rest the Sabo if I can, so I'm just going to swing. I'll rest those 2, keep them frozen. I don't want to invest anything into actually swinging here, so I'll just ramp back up and end turn. I'm at a really solid point. I think I want to get some more aggressive stuff on board, so next turn I believe I play the Sanji and try and clear the Sabo, or one of the blocker Sabos, but I will swing into this black Sabo specifically because the Sanji can rest it, and it's not getting any bonus power. Interesting, a Kuzan. I'm going to guess that they're looking to play the Luffy here and just clear my really big stuff. Kuzan being KO immune is pretty rough. Now, do I get swung into here? No. Okay. So I am actually going to play the Sanji and rest the Kuzan because the Kuzan's a way bigger threat to my board. So I will deploy, turn that, turn 0 optional, and rest this. And I just start swinging into it. I think I start with 6 from my leader. Actually, throw a 7 from Sanji. Hopefully I can get the opponent to rest one of the blockers, and then I'll be able to use my leader ability, like they'll block and then counter. I definitely can't end game here just because of how many, the sheer number of blockers the opponent has. It is terrifying. I do like the kind of playstyle of the deck. I think maybe I'll give it a try once PRB2 comes out officially. It's not out on the sim as of today. I'm recording on September 30th. I usually post my videos a day or two after I actually record them. That is rough. Okay, then I'll just start swinging 6 at life. And I just freeze the leader. And no other characters. Maybe I should have swung like 7, 7, 8, 6. Or like 8, 7, 6. Just to get counter out of hand. Because when you swing in decreasing order, it's more incentivizing to get counter out of hand from your opponent. Opponent is taking their time here. Once again, thank God for editing. One of the things about my videos that's actually pretty interesting is the shorter videos actually have a lot more blank space in them than the longer videos. The longer videos I tend to talk more, and the game's gone for longer. But in the shorter videos, like this one will probably be fairly short. My opponent has 10 minutes on their timer while I have 14, meaning I've taken 4 less minutes to take my turns than my opponent has. One thing I can appreciate about the sim is that the time is equally split between the two players. It makes it feel a little less rough that I'm playing against a slower opponent, because when you're playing in person, if you go to time, it's just from there 1, 2, 3 turns in 5 minutes. So your opponent can just stall that 5 minutes. Like they can take 2 minutes for 2 turns, and then you don't get to, you know, play. Or take 2 minutes, or the full 5 minutes if they have a lot of stuff to do. And then at that point, you just lose the game because your opponent had the advantage. Oh, we get some counter. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Going to ramp back up. And the power of the Katakuri is that I go to 10 Don at the end of my turn here. And I just swing. One of the other things that I've been trying to test out is running some of the other Big Mom Pirate cards, like the 9 Mom or the Sanji Pudding. Sanji Pudding lets you get a ton of Don back pretty easily when combined with the Katakuri. You get 2 Don back every turn. So if you don't have a ton of really strong stuff on the field, you don't have to really worry. But the weakness of running some of the like Sanji Puddings, okay. Opponent concedes. All right, we are playing into a Nami here. I definitely want to go first. Just want to go first every time. Get an Itamizu, but no Porsche. I am going to keep this because I do have 3 Foxy Pirates that are playable in hand from the get-go, and an Itamizu and a Foxy. So hopefully I can draw into something good. I just get like consistent draw. I'll go to 6 Don. So it would be nice to see some ramp to play early so that I could get a Foxy out a turn early, but I don't think that's going to happen. I'll play this turn. Next turn I'll go to 6 Don. And I just want to put the pressure on the Nami early so they're inclined to use their leader effect in the mid game, which will diminish their hand size super quick. Fortunately, they just take it, and next turn I will probably have to just take it as well, and they'll go to a ton in hand. I want to sit around 5 cards in hand in this matchup just because I don't want to get puddinged. Getting puddinged can just screw you up so much, but I do put myself in a kind of rough spot. Ooh, interesting. Fortunately, their thing is a once per turn effect. I'm going to take that. I don't love the idea of taking it, but they already got their leader effect, so may as well. Going to gain the active Don. I think I play the Pickles this turn, so next turn I can play my Foxy and possibly a Chopper or another card to get my leader effect going. Okay, getting rid of a Nojiko is great, because it prevents my, if I see one, it prevents my Porsche from being taken off the board really easily. It also prevents my like Pickles from being bounced back. It is fortunate that I managed to stay at 5 cards, because top decking that Bentham was lucky. Or did I get that out of life? I don't remember. Ooh, Akuma, that is rough. I'll take, they can't play anything. I'll go to 10 if I play this. I don't think it's worth it. Okay, I'll Foxy, and then I'm gonna play the Chopper. It doesn't feel like a great play, but maybe I'll just swing at life. I'll go to 10 and swing 7 at life twice. That way I can get a Kuma swing from the opponent and then freeze the Kuma. I'd be stuck at 9 Don if I used my leader ability this turn, so that's probably the right idea. I do have the Noro Beam Sword in hand. Maybe I should have left the 2 up for that and swung 5 at life and then 7 at life. But I got the life. Ooh, a Kikunojo. Okay, that's rough. But I think we knew that they put something there that they wanted to see, so yeah, kind of should have expected it. Alright, yeah, I do have to just give this. Granted, I could have maybe gotten another swing out of the opponent, but probably not worth. Noji Code, return the pickles, I assume. 2k this, and then I'll probably have to take the... I'll probably have to take 1 swing this turn. Hopefully I see another Foxy Pirate out of that. Ooh, that is rough. Probably counter with Sanji. Doesn't feel great, but I need to stay higher on life. I'll counter out of this. Yeah, I'll take. They're leaving a Don up, which is interesting. So I get to do this, and then I probably want to leave 2 up for Noro, so I'll swing 5 and freeze these 2. Hopefully I'll get the leader ability here to pitch a card to go to 7k, and I can just swing with Foxy. Yeah, it's perfect. I just want to see my opponent ditching their hand as much as possible. So 7 there. And then there's like a near guaranteed chance that my opponent will swing into my Foxy here, so I want to block her up. So I'll do that, and then end turn. And I can Noro some of the swings here, or both of them actually, assuming that the opponent swings into the Foxy. That is rough. I 100% just Noro. Okay, takes that. Yeah, this is the perfect Noro. This. Go down to 8. Buff up this, and arrest that. I don't want to take this, but I think I'm gonna just counter. And then probably go for game here, in all honesty. Start with a 5k swing. Yeah. And then a 8k swing. Now, I do think I leader ability here because I should have added another Don onto Foxy just because I'm going to have to return 1 here. I do have to leader ability here just in case I can't end game and I freeze the 2 biggest threats. So I'll go attack. I have to return 1 from my leader and freeze those 2. If the opponent takes this, I think I'm in a pretty good spot. And then I'll Megadon Ninetales Rush after this. Please don't be a trigger that takes out one of my... Dang. Activate this and swing again. Now, can we win this? They left a Don up, which makes me nervous, so they might have a counter event. I'm thinking maybe a Love Arrow. Red Hawk works too. So I'll gain arrested, and hopefully I can survive this next turn. They have 3 swings coming at me, and I have only 2 life and 4k in hand. Seeing a blocker would be rough, but we can take out a 5 cost. So if the opponent plays a Nami, we can take it out. So I do just counter out of this, because it means I can survive probably the other swings. Ooh, that is rough. They might be able to end me here. Let's see if we can get like a 2k here. What's really rough is I 100% win here if my opponent... Oh, no, they just win. Yeah, they're going to swing 7 with no Jiko, or 6 with no Jiko. And I don't have more than 2k in hand. That's a rough one. I definitely would have won if the opponent didn't see the red rock out of life. Or if I saw some better stuff out of my own life. That's 2 games. The first one was a bit of an annoying game where I play really strong, and this one was a hard loss. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please leave a like. If you want to give me any feedback, leave a comment. If you enjoy this kind of content and want to help a smaller YouTuber out, subscribe and check out some of my other videos if they look interesting. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one.